Russia update. So winter's coming, so it's getting cold, as you can tell by the sweater. And that's kind of nice, to experience seasons that aren't, or that include snow. I don't know how to explain it to you, but it's nice. There's two harvesting seasons, which is a large influence on the culture, as you can probably imagine. Yeah, weather's great. Learning Russian, it's difficult to learn. Basically, it takes a long time to get used to what you hear. So that's about that. Haven't found like a friend that's normal, not necessarily normal, but just someone to hang out with often. You can imagine that would be normal based on the language difference. So that's really not a problem. It's just a truth. Other than that, I've been using this website called Ozone, which is basically like Amazon. You buy stuff and they ship it to you. But they have distribution centers in the city, so just little places you can pick things up. Not necessarily Walmart distribution centers, but similar concept at a smaller scale. And I've been buying some things, so we can check that out. Like a hammer, just like a toolkit, basic tools. You often need these things to perform and live day to day. The normal hammer here doesn't have the claw on the back, so it's like a hammer and an axe, but one side isn't sharp. And that makes these hammers very expensive. This was like $30 for this hammer, which is expensive for a hammer. But that's all right, and I got a couple of other things, just basic tools. And that's what I'm doing on Ozone. Also buy clothes. This is a Russia shirt, the flag, and one of their money emblems or bank, something like that. Anyhow, you get the idea there. It's not very complicated. Other than that, things here around the place that I live have some cool things going on. This is some soap, and it's kind of weird. It smells like smoke at first, and it's heavy and dense, which is nice because sometimes you don't use the air conditioner and you don't want the soap to get like mushy and go all into the drain. So this soap is dense at a higher temperature and in higher humidity. Somebody gave me this book. It's quite righteous. See, you have like some pictures here. See if we can find a good one. One of them says hurricane on it. Let's see if we can find that one. Free range eggs. CB radio. The quality you need, the price you want. This is a book made in Russia, I think. Pretty sure it is anyway. Yeah, certain it is. Kitchen, beef, everything to enjoy, business, follow your natural instincts, vacation and cruise, Bahamas, New England, French Canada. It's so hot. Anyhow, I guess that would be when you get to the end of this here book. You would see the hurricane stuff is normal in society. How to talk. Pets. For some reason they put that together. Garden. Oh, I skipped it there. Hunting. Don't want to miss hunting. Here we go. Weather. Hurricanes. Love hurricanes. Okay. This one's you can read that on your own. Opera. Anyhow, it's still the same basic deal with reading and talking. Talking's obviously easier, but you have to have someone to talk to get used to saying the words that will take time to understand you. And then reading is like completely possible, but obviously the words aren't pronounced all that well. So comprehension doesn't flow together like you would expect in spoken language. And that's where things like movies and, systems that read to you like text-to-speech come in handy, I guess. So, yeah, it's interesting, but this book's pretty simple. It's kind of like a day-to-day thing and how life is, like what you can do, I do this at this time, I do this at this time, and it just basically lines it out how you would expect Anglo-Ruski, whatever this is, Razgor. So it's like field guide, free something, free zone, free economic zone. I don't know what that is, but yeah, it's a good book. Other than that, Google Fi MMS doesn't work, which is frustrating. So you can't get pictures, you can only get text. That's about it. Enjoying learning. Show you a couple of other things I just have handy here. This is like a pepper, potato seasoning, kind of chicken barbecue shish kebab thing. Y'all have already seen this one's paprika. And that's about it. You can see the house here. I bought that or the apartment. I bought that table. That's what I had to get the hammer for, to put the table together, because all that stuff was just hanging and didn't look very good. So I cleaned that up, and then bought a router. As you might be able to see, the MikroTik router is it has a good VPN implementation. So I also bought this camera. It's pretty cool. You can like move it with your phone. And there's a video of a sloop. No, that's a ketch sailing by behind it. The smart tree, look, it looks like a chart's being drawn behind it. There's a big boat, tall ship sailing by. These are the worst people that live upstairs. I don't think anyone actually lives there because it's like a black door with a camera on it. And it's an office. It's the only door on that floor, floor 6. But they won't stop stomping, and they stomp, at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. They'll just start throwing a fit. And it's really annoying, so I decided to go up there, and of course they just won't even answer the door.
You better stop stomping.